Women like this are using the patriarchy to get back at other women for whatever crimes their mother committed against them. If you have a mother wound, this is going to work on you. They typically pick on women that they will be able to peg as insecure, usually lonely, usually she doesn't have a lot of girlfriends, whatever. Usually this woman might be a doormat, like new in town. Usually these women have trouble standing up for themselves, and this is why women like this will do these little bits of compliance testing along the way. They're usually very relatable and empowering towards you at the beginning, because that's how they know whether they're going to sink their claws into you or just leave you alone. Because if you don't respond to the compliance testing, they have nothing to gain from you. But they can tell that they are able to push your boundaries as you want to fit in so bad, then they're going to proceed to the next stage of their plan.
My turn, y'all. Actually, babe, it's Sophie's first time. We should let her go. Oh, no. It's fine. I don't want to go. I said it's Sophie's turn. Come on, Sophie. Yeah. Girl, come get in there. Come on, you got this. On, it won't hurt you. Here you go. Put these on. Yeah. Stand here. Come on.
This was the first round of compliance testing, which Sophie is basically trying to make a really good impression, which lets Margot know that she can push further. And that is what she spends the rest of the episode doing to this woman that they basically just met like less than 24 hours ago. Please watch out for this. This is not normal behavior. If somebody is trying to like suck you into some kind of overly familial type of setting and relationship, and all of a sudden you feel like you're part of this group and the group is like peer pressuring you, you're forced to follow the rituals of the group, and when you don't, then maybe like boundaries are crossed in order to force you to join in on the rituals. All of those are red flags. These people do not want to be your friends. They just want to use you. The closer you get to like people who have power and money, a disposable sense, the more you can be sure that they're not even using you for money or power. They're playing with you psychologically like a toy instead of getting therapy. That is going to be psychologically detrimental to you eventually. You just don't know it yet because you might be so eager to belong. Especially, once again, if you have a mother wound, a strong, powerful, mysterious woman who makes like all these exceptions for you, like she's clearly the alpha dog in her friend group and she sort of has taken you under her wing. Nothing good comes of that. The next step of this process is they will usually manufacture your consent in order to get you into some kind of like incriminating or compromising situation along with them.
I want you to drive this truck right now. What? I want you to do donuts in the parking lot. Come on, you know you want it. Okay. Yes! You just need a little help.
And they will once again frame it as empowering and like liberating for you.
Don't get me wrong, I love God and I love my husband. But in this life, what else is there? Really?
They want to position themselves like this. They want to position themselves as above you and as your liberator. This will create a very strong but forced and artificial bond between the two of you that this person will then exploit from their power position. And in about 5 minutes, this woman gets her to throw away her sobriety and her commitment to not driving until both her and her partner feel ready for her to do that. They love nothing more than to get you in that situation where you're being kind of like shit tested and compliance tested, and then have you go ahead and compromise your values, because immediately it puts them in a power position where they can now kind of play God over you. It can be like, well, I told you to do this and you did it. And then they'll usually follow it up by saying something crazy and egomaniacal, like this lady. She wrote it down. She said, I only have 2 rules: trust me and do everything I say. The thing is, if you are insecure and looking for approval enough to basically make it through this whole vetting, compliance, incrimination process, Now this person knows that they can use you and manipulate you as they wish, because now they have dirt on you. Now you're basically like their little bitch. You do what they say. You're really sucked into the cult. And you know that what it takes to belong in the cult is to basically have this power dynamic. This is the only power dynamic that remains constant. This is the cult leader, and this is everybody else. And again, women with mother wounds will be prone to this dynamic because it positions you as like a mother and daughter type archetype. The thing is, she doesn't have a mother archetype either. What she's creating is a shadow mother archetype, which is actually narcissistic and destructive. It's really all just about dominance and validation. And that's what they're trying to always extract out of people. But once again, they need somebody compliant who will basically just lay down after a period of time and allow them to suck all of their blood out like a literal vampire. They'll do things like say, I love you too soon. Like they will basically love bomb you. It'll also be very clear to you that the moment you speak up for yourself, you will be like demonized and ostracized and basically excommunicated from the group for disrespecting God. There's also usually a noticeable element of sexual tension, and that's because these women will have typically figured out that by virtue of them being associated with like a powerful, desirable man, they can sort of have that by proxy. But, they're usually the like, my husband and I saw you from across the bar type of couple, where the woman will take the male gaze and dangle it over the heads of other women. For women like this, it's once again, it's all about power and being able to manipulate people in multiple ways. And it's regardless of their orientation, because it's being used mostly for dominance and validation. And just like vampires, these groups always need new blood. And so you're always going to be being triangulated with the new girl in the group, because the powerful sort of mother figure will use favoritism as a way to triangulate y'all, the way that Margot did with Sophie and Callie when they were shooting guns or whatever. Callie was very clearly her chosen one before. Now she's introducing Sophie into that situation as the new favorite. It's basically how a narcissistic mother manipulates her children by having a golden child and a scapegoat. But the role of the golden child is very, very temporary. She will either get bored of you and replace you just because, or if you do try to stand up for yourself, you will be triangulated with a newer person and discarded. All right, I'll have a lot more videos on this, so keep an eye out.